The cafeteria fell silent the moment it happened. Trays clattered, juice boxes spilled, and a sharp gasp ran through the crowd as Lily's body hit the lunch table with a dull thud. Everyone froze, everyone except the three bullies standing over her, smirking. But what none of them knew was that, in just 5 minutes, they'd be running for their lives, not from teachers, not from detention, but from something far more terrifying. Because sometimes, the person you break is the one who teaches you what real strength looks like. Lily Parker had always been quiet. The kind of girl who spoke more with her eyes than her mouth. When she transferred to Brookstone High halfway through the semester, she hoped it would be a fresh start. Her old school had been cruel to her, constant whispers, mocking notes, cruel jokes, all because she stuttered when she got nervous. Brookstone looked different. The halls were bright, the students seemed busy, and for the first time in months, Lily thought she might blend in. But blending in wasn't easy when you were the new girl. On her first day, she sat alone in the cafeteria, poking her salad and pretending not to notice the group of loud kids across the room watching her. They were led by a tall boy named Derek Mills, the kind of guy who thought laughter at someone else's expense was proof of popularity. Beside him sat Chloe Sanders, the queen bee with a mean streak as shiny as her lip gloss. And then there was Ryan, the follower, who laughed because he didn't know what else to do. They watched Lily with calculating eyes. A new girl looks like she got lost on her way to church, Chloe snickered. Derek grinned. Let's make her feel welcome. The next few days were hell. They tripped her in the hallways, whispered mockery about her stutter, and once even swapped her lunch tray for one smeared with ketchup. Lily didn't tell anyone. She just kept her head down, whispering to herself, "It'll pass, it always passes." But one Friday, things went too far. The cafeteria was buzzing that afternoon. Derek and his gang were sitting at their usual table, laughing loudly. Lily, clutching her tray, tried to slip past unnoticed. But Derek saw her and smirked. "Hey, Parker," he called. "You dropped something, your confidence." Laughter erupted around her. Lily froze. Her face burned red. "Ah, come on," Chloe added mockingly. "Say something. Cat got your tongue?" And before Lily could move, Derek shoved her shoulder just enough to send her stumbling backward onto a lunch table. Her tray went flying, salad and juice splattering across the floor. The room went dead quiet. Lily lay there, humiliated, trembling not just from pain, but from the 1,000 eyes staring at her. Her lips quivered. Why do you hate me?" she whispered. For a second, Derek didn't know what to say. The laughter died on his lips, then Chloe forced a giggle, breaking the tension. "Oh, lighten up. We're just joking." But that was the moment everything changed. Because when Lily finally looked up at them, her eyes weren't scared anymore. They were calm. Deep. Steady, and that calmness unnerved them. Without another word, Lily stood, straightened her clothes, and walked out of the cafeteria, silent, graceful, and oddly powerful. Derek felt something he'd never felt before. A chill. Monday arrived. Derek strutted through the hall, pretending Friday's moment never happened. But whispers followed him. "Did you hear what happened after school?" someone said. "I heard she fainted on her way home." Another whispered. "I heard she went to the hospital," murmured someone else. By lunch, the rumor mill was spinning wild. But the truth was simpler. Lily hadn't shown up to school at all, and that made Derek uneasy. That afternoon, as rain poured outside, Derek, Chloe, and Ryan sat in the cafeteria again. The lights flickered from the storm, casting long shadows. "Maybe she transferred again," Chloe said, shrugging. "Good riddance." Ryan tried to laugh but stopped when the lights flickered once more. Suddenly, the cafeteria door creaked open. Every head turned. Lily stepped inside. Her hair was damp from the rain, her eyes dark and unreadable, her posture tall, almost regal. The cafeteria went completely silent. She walked past every table without saying a word, her shoes squeaking softly against the linoleum floor. Derek shifted uncomfortably. "Hey, look who's back," he tried to joke, but his voice faltered. Lily stopped right in front of their table. "You think it's funny to hurt people?" she asked quietly. Her voice didn't shake this time. It was low, steady, and carried through the room like thunder. No one spoke. Even Chloe's lips trembled slightly. "You humiliated me," Lily said. "You made me feel like nothing. But you don't get to decide who I am anymore." She turned around, addressing the entire cafeteria. "For everyone who's ever been laughed at, ignored, or broken, this is for you." Then she picked up a tray and calmly walked to an empty table, sat down, and began eating. Alone, but not ashamed, and slowly, something remarkable happened. One by one, other students began standing up and joining her table. First a shy boy from the math club. Then a quiet girl from art class. Then 2 more, and then 5. Within minutes, half the cafeteria had gathered around Lily, chatting, laughing, and supporting her. Derek sat frozen. For the first time, he was the one being stared at. "Guess you're not the big man anymore," Ryan muttered quietly. Derek looked at him, shocked. "What did you say?" Ryan stood up. "I said, I'm done being your shadow." He walked away, joining Lily's table. Chloe followed soon after, unable to stand the silence or the shame. Derek sat alone now. The laughter that once filled his world was gone, and the bell rang, and Lily stood up to leave. She passed by Derek without a glance, no revenge, no anger, just peace. That cut deeper than any insult ever could. As she walked away, Derek whispered to himself, "I'm sorry." But Lily didn't need to hear it. She'd already won. Sometimes the strongest revenge isn't fighting back, it's standing tall when the world expects you to fall. Lily didn't need to hurt anyone to prove her worth. She just needed to show them she was never weak. They were. So the next time someone tries to break you, remember Lily. Because no one can destroy your light unless you let them. If you felt this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to SH Stories, where every story reminds you of the power within you.